Ohana is the map, and to the top left we have the MTW player. Didn't win a single game today. He lost to Ryang and he lost to Seed. Can he win in the second Terran versus Terran?
MTW SuperNova.
Definitely needs a win right now. Has to hope for a tie situation today. So far things are not looking good for his 10th participation in Codas. Bottom right is the Casper player, starting in blue with 2 wins so far against Seed and against Sirius. Will he win against SuperNova? It is!
KT Flash.
Gas first for SuperNova.
Flash is thirsty.
Yeah.
Needs that hot 6. Keeping himself energized. Now, SuperNova, of course, is going to be in a great spot against the Command Center first of Flash here.
Do you think it's a bad omen that Street Fighter Voice didn't announce the win? Last time when we had the name coming in, it announced the win for Flash. What does it mean?
I would say so, but the thing is, in game number 1, he didn't have that either, but he was still able to take it.
Yeah.
But that was a Terran versus Protoss. That last game was a Terran versus Terran.
It was actually Terran versus Terran.
That is absolutely correct. This is his first Terran versus Terran.
But maybe Street Fighter Voice needed a little bit of time and didn't know exactly, okay.
I think maybe Street Fighter Voice just had a premonition at that moment.
Okay.
And he just may not have had it yet. It could happen at any moment in this game. Or even right now, it could just pop up. He could just say win and then we'll know. But if that happens, will it be that SuperNova is winning or Flash? That's the scariest part. We don't know that.
Flash 2 players today. The third one is starting with the gas first. I'm really curious to see how much damage SuperNova can do. He already played a Terran versus Terran today. It was this awkward TVT that we had on Antigua Shipyard against Ryang. His Blue Flame Hellion build into Banshee without any anti-air did not really work against what Ryang did.
Yeah.
One cloaked Banshee sealed his fate.
It was a pretty awkward build. I don't know exactly what the plan was there.
I think something went amiss.
I would love to hear that one explained to me.
Yeah. But now we have a different game at hand. It's a different map, the same matchup. There's the starport with the gas first. He is going for Reactor Hellions. And looks like we are going to have at least one Medivac this time.
Yeah, that's why he's proxied the starport. He wants to put it over there. This is a build that you only see on 2-player maps, and usually you see it on Abyssal City. It's the most common map for this, I feel. This build is even popular in the matchup against Protoss right now. You just Reactor out Hellions, go for a big drop. You're going to do damage no matter what, and then you transition. There's so many different ways to transition. The only disadvantage that you have with this build is that your starport is in a weird position, so you have to float it back to your main. You lose some build time there.
Hellions on the way to the right side now. The Medivac is being built, and this looks a lot more crisp and smooth than what we've seen on Antigua Shipyard. I feel that SuperNova in the game on Antigua Shipyard probably just hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Maybe that, that may have happened.
Yeah, maybe he started to build a Banshee and wanted to build a Viking.
Maybe he wanted to go for a siege tank push and accidentally research Blue Flame.
God knows what he was trying to do, but what he did not work at all. Flash now, of course, starting to set up a defense. SuperNova going for a Viking as his second air unit, just in case there's going to be a Banshee play.
Flash saw the Medivac with a Marine, but he didn't react. I mean, he saw it, but he didn't see it.
He saw the starport. No, he has scouted the starport.
Now he's seen the starport as well, and he did not react immediately. This is, I think, too many Hellions for his Marines to handle, depending on the micro. SuperNova. Nice splitting so far.
Yeah, nice split. The Mules survive, but of course they lose time now. A lot of damage done here. He's attacking the Medivac here. He could actually start to target down a few of those Marines.
Now the Marauder, though, is going to pose a problem. One more flame, and then boom, picks up.
7 workers killed. The Harvester count now 24 to 22 in favor of SuperNova. But of course the second command center is not done for the MTW Terran, who's going for 2 bases, not only 1.
Yeah, he's going triple CC here. Great follow-up. He's going to want to add the tech lab onto his factory pretty soon so he can get some siege tanks out to defend that, because Flash's production is pretty good right now. Does not want to face that attack with the Marines, who could have potentially had Stim. In this case, he researched Combat Shield first. But we have seen people go for Stim first and do the exact same push and just destroy people. That's why SuperNova is also making that bunker right now.
The starport is now heading home. And for Flash, we currently see the second gas. Both of them now heading into the tanks, and he could have actually tried to do a little bit, try to go for a second drop, but now there are the Hellions. So I was actually looking for them on the minimap right now, and killing a few more units. Oh, is he able to get out of there? Oh, come on, lift them.
Well, that was overzealous. He got the last Marine. He thought he could.
He killed 2 more SCVs, but he could have saved every single Hellion, all 3 of them. Loses 2. A bit overzealous, as he just said.
But still, he's in a good spot. He's done the damage he needed to do. The Flash's little army he's moving out across the map with is not strong enough to actually damage SuperNova. He's got the bunkery. He's got his tank out. Siege mode is not quite ready, but I don't think Flash is going to hit before it's ready. Drop action here. SuperNova just constantly with the aggression. I feel like he's the most aggressive TVD player that we have ever seen. He just loves to attack in Terran vs. Terran in any way possible.
And guys, even though we're not 100% sure yet if Flash is out of the group and in Code S if he wins this game, depends on the rest of the matches. There could be a tiebreaker between Ryung, Seed and Flash. One thing definitely is certain. If SuperNova loses, he's out. He's in Code A. He will not participate in the next season. But here comes Flash across the map with his army. The drop, on the other hand, these are units that will miss, but we have 2 siege tanks set up, and now here's the drop in the main base.
Got nothing at home. SuperNova looking good here so far.
Uh-oh. Things are getting ugly, Wolf.
He's going to lose siege mode.
And he's moving back.
He doesn't have anything to repair here, and you're exactly right. He moves back, so he's not going to be able to get anything.
Siege mode is done. He sees now that there's a Viking.
If he wants to, he needs to stim again. Well, he's not going to.
He needs to attack. He knew that there was no way for him to get out of here because of the Viking, so he just decides to do as much damage as possible, but already delaying the siege mode for the siege tanks was a huge win. And he forced flashback.
SuperNova does not have stim.
Haha, he forced a flashback. I'm probably the first person in the world to crack this joke. Not.
He needs to start stim for his Marine SuperNova, that is. I was like, when I was watching that, I was like, oh, he could get this tank if he just stims again, but he actually never stimmed in the first place because he didn't have stims. Because he was so late with those tech odds. But now he's got the siege tank count to defend a 3rd base, and he's had that 3rd command center up for so long. Flash has not even started one yet. Flash is going to get his eBay upgrades out first, though.
SuperNova is now ahead in economy. He also has the tech advantage because of his siege tank. Stim is started for both of these players, and SuperNova is actually looking better and better in this game.
He needs to get 3 harvesters in the gas. There he is. He's had 1 and 1 for a little bit. But yeah, you're right, and now he's starting double upgrades, whereas Slash can only afford 1 right now. He doesn't even have the 2nd eBay. SuperNova has killed his rocks. He could lift his command center right away, and he does. He missed the window there with the mule. Should have dropped the mule first, but that's fine.
Drop once again now to the bottom left. Yes, Flash has the Vikings, but he needs to spot the medivac first.
He doesn't have stim, but he still actually will be able to force a cancel here, I feel, because Flash has nothing to spot for this.
Yeah, he won't be there in time. There's going to be a cancel. He moves
so
in,
funny.
he sees it, doesn't have stim yet, but yep. It's going to be a close. If he micros well, he has to cancel. And there it is. Cancels, gets out, loses 2 Marines.
2 Marines only. Flash is in so much trouble right now.
Yeah, he is halfway done with the siege mode. He can't attack.
If you look at the supply, it does not tell the story because SuperNova's up 2 supply, but he has all the infrastructure. He has the better economy. He's going to have the better tech. He's about to have combat shields and stim together with 1-1 upgrades. He's got better siege tank count. He's got the siege mode first. He's going to have turrets up to defend drops. Flash needs to find an opening, but it's not going to be easy.
Much faster 3rd base for SuperNova. He already is mining from 3 mineral lines. He gets the extra gas. He's getting all the upgrades, going for 1-1. Flash is in trouble here. The supply advantage is just 5 supply. But the tech, that is the big issue. Tech and economy. And these drops are taking a toll to the left side and to the right side of the map. We have medivacs, but one of them is heading straight into the Viking fire. He's going to drop anyways.
Yeah, he's going to drop anyways. This time, for the first time, he will have stim. And he's going to get several SCVs, even with the Vikings there. Looks like he's going to kill about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, in total, 20 SCV kills SuperNova. And look at this, he's forcing another cancel most likely. With another stim, there's going to be a cancel on the expansion, which means a super late 3rd. He needs 2 stim though.
Well, he's going to get something maybe even better over here. He finds Flash's army and trades really well with it.
At the bottom, the expansion is done. SuperNova not able to force the third cancel. That would have been brilliant. That would have been so good for him, but he was occupied at the top left with the fight. Didn't realize that Flash sent a few units to the bottom left to defend against the drop. SuperNova missing a little bit of an opportunity here, but who can blame him? Well, can't be at 2 points at the same time.
Exactly, and he does stop the drop from getting into his main base. That was really scary. He killed a lot of Flash's units in the middle of the map. He set up an insane turret line right now. There are actually 5 turrets to the south. Flash cannot get in there. There's no way. And also the command center to the bottom right was damaged. He has to repair that. That costs a lot of money. He's going to siege up again. Flash wants to come in, but a nice split by SuperNova, and his tank siege is so late.
And SuperNova has the upgrade advantage, but now also the supply advantage. He is in a great spot here. 100 supply for Flash. SuperNova with 137 is taking down one medivac after another. He's killing the third one too. Oh, this is getting worse and worse for Flash. He's 40 supply down. It doesn't look like Flash is going to take this game at this point. He has, well, not half the army supply, but he's in a really bad spot.
I feel like SuperNova should just do another drop at the command center. He knows his opponent doesn't have enough army supply to be out on the map, being aggressive and trying to take map control and defending his bases.
You know, this is more the SuperNova that I expected when we were going into this group today. The first 2 games that he played were a little bit disappointing to me, but this is more the Terran player that we saw over the last few months.
This is the Terran player who is one Code S spot away from getting the Nestea award.
Exactly.
He stems in, he sieges up his tanks. Actually does not. He fights with them in tank mode.
He doesn't need to siege them up. He has too much. 60 supply lead here for SuperNova moving in. And Flash, it looks like he's out of luck. He sieges up another tank, but here comes SuperNova with his own siege. He darts in, takes the tank, takes the medivac, and he's going to take this game.
Yep. GG. SuperNova puts himself on the scoreboard, finds himself 1-2, and Flash, not the perfect record. He's now at 2-1.
And this means that every single player in this group can still drop to Code A or advance to Code S.
Yep. We have a really even, interesting situation now.
Yeah. The ranking right now, we have 1 player with 2 wins and 1 loss. It is Flash. We have Seed with a 1-1 record, the same record that Ryang and Sirius have. Both of them are on 1 win and 1 loss. And SuperNova has 1 win and 2 losses. But if he wins his next game, which is against Sirius, he could find himself in a comfortable tie situation where he advances. Everything is still possible in this group.
Yeah, everything is possible. Some players have better chances than others, but everyone can still get out. I mean, some players are going to have to win every game. Other players could lose a game and then still possibly get out.
SuperNova has to depend on a tiebreaker, for example. Whereas Flash, on the other hand, if he wins the next game, which would be against Ryang, would be in Code S. So he is one of the players who has it in him without depending on the help of any other player to get into Code S straight away. But guys, we have 3 additional games coming up. Ryang against Seed, SuperNova versus Sirius, and then Flash against Ryang after a short break. So we'll be back with the GSL Up and Downs in just a few minutes. Stay tuned, and then we are back with Seed against Ryang.